Jesus taught and said, when I was hungry, you did not feed me. When I was naked, you did not clothe me. When I was homeless, you did not house me. And virtually, when I was in prison, you didn't seek for justice for me. Those works of Christ are the foundation of the Christian faith. The Christian will not be judged on how much or how well he knows the Bible, how often he goes to church, how religious he is, or how much he gives to the church. Christ has given us the template or the standard against which the Christian will be judged. The Christian will be judged on the ground that he did not care for the hungry, he did not care for those who were imprisoned, those who were sick. Bottom line, the Christian faith is a function of our social life. The extent to which we're able to practicalize, to implement our Christian conviction as a social value is a determinant of whether or not we are truly acceptable to God or not. So, the element of religiosity and spirituality, which has become more prominent and dominant in the Christian faith, in the actual sense, it's not significant ultimately. What matters to Jesus, what matters to God, what matters to our faith is the fact that we are responsible to our society. So the Christian is a person who sees the need, who sees the poor, who fights for justice, who is working to see how he can bring solutions to the crises, the problem, challenges of his environment, the society, and the nation at large. The Christian is the one who understands his role as that of a solution provider, as that of a so-called giver, as that of a comforter in society. The Bible said about Christ that he came to set the prisoner free, to give beautiful ashes, and to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Christ did not come to begin a religious movement, some traditions and culture under the guise of Christianity. No. Christ came to give us a new value system for living, a new sense of neighborliness, a new concept of love and unity. And so he based his judgment not on the spiritual elements that we have so much promoted, but on the practice of social responsibility. You cannot be a Christian if you're not socially responsible. You cannot be a Christian if you are not pained and perturbed by the suffering of others. You cannot be a Christian if you don't move by the infirmity, the challenges of those around you. The Bible says we do not have such a high priest who cannot be moved by our infirmity. Christ is moved by the feelings that we feel. And that's the essence of Christianity. We have to be like Christ. Christ became the highest model of what it means to sacrifice for others. When he died on the cross, he laid down his life for us, giving us an example of how we ought to live. That we should be willing, ready at all times to lay down our life if need be for others, to lay down our life for justice, to lay down our life for the homeless, to go the extra length to make a better world. The Christian Christ described as the salt and light of the world. These two descriptions expresses the role of the Christian. As the light, the Christian ought to be the trailblazer, the prime mover, the change agent, the innovator, the creative intelligence in his community. As a salt, the Christian ought to be the source of value. It ought to flavor, it ought to add value. It ought to be the source of morale, the source of principle for his community. In the combination of the ingenuity of the Christian, which is being the light, and the value of the Christian, that makes the Christian who is a child of God. Thank you.